All right, so hopefully this video helps you guys out to properly spend. You don't want to be like me, where in the first week, not even the it was around 4 days that I spent a total of like $1,600, which was insane. So what I want to go over is the what I think to be the best gacha event in the game. Currently there's four different types of gacha events. This one right here is the GodGacha. Then there's the Dragon Gacha, and two more which I forgot the names. These events last anywhere from 3 days upwards of 4 days, with the only exception the God Gacha lasting 7 days, which you can see on the upper left. As I mentioned again, these events come and go. So the best thing to do for these events is to properly save your spinels and your tickets. Now, what are tickets? If you can see in the top, currently I have 0 of the pink tickets and 0 of the orange tickets. The orange tickets are universal tickets, which means these tickets you can transfer them into any of the gacha event tickets. So for example, the GodGacha event tickets are pink. But let me see if I have a few over here. Let's see here. No, I think I spent them all. Oh well. But anyways, the orange tickets can be farmed doing daily missions, right? So for example, you can go to Bounty on the right side, and then you can see them right there in the top. The other way to farm the orange tickets is by doing the world bosses. When you go to the world bosses, let me show you here for a second. You can go to the roulette, and then you can see the tickets right there. Now, don't get confused. These tickets are not available to you guys at the moment. I believe they do come out after the second time the GodGacha comes back. So not the first time, but the second time around, you're definitely going to be able to farm the orange tickets. You can farm between the orange tickets and the spinel a total of 500. No, I'm sorry, 400 or so, which is pretty good because if you see in the bottom, you need 500 tickets to do a 10 pull or 500 spinels to do a 10 pull. Now, tickets and spinels are basically equivalent. You know, if you have 500 tickets, that's the same thing as you having 500 spinel. Now, why the GodGacha is so money hungry is simply because if you can see here, you need four. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth row, it says 4,000 draws. 4,000 draws is equivalent to 200,000 spinels. Not really. The reason not really is because if you see in the center where it says jackpot level, if you click that, once you have the GodGacha, you can then see this thing where it says buff. Now you see, once you become level 9, as it tells you in the top, you're going to be able to get 50 free pulls. It says 50 times for free. Up until level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, you can get the 50 pulls for free. From level 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think you get around 10 or 20 pulls, you know, something very small like that. So again, if you want to basically get all 4,000 draws, you will be able to summon the GodGacha mount, which is this big dragon right here that you guys can see, you know, transforms into a robot, and there you go. So the way it's filled is basically with these little blue diamonds. So for example, currently in the bottom says I have 6, right? I need 2 more. So what you do is once you have the diamonds, you know, you press it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 2 more blue ones, which you can see right there by 3,300 and 3,700 pulls. I get 2 more blue ones, and then the final big purple one, which is after the 4,000 summon. Now, each time you do a 10 pull, obviously that's gonna count towards this. You see, I have 3,103 pulls out of 3,300, so that's the next one. And again, so let me backtrack a little bit here. So if you guys take a look at these little purple wings, you see where it says draw 2,000 GodGacha and get one of those little wings. Those wings are needed to summon this outfit. Now let me explain 2 things with this outfit. Number 1, if you click the wing, you know, the lottery, it can either give you 1 out of the 6 items, and yes, it could even duplicate the item. What does that mean? That means, like, if you're thinking you're gonna get all 6 items because you summoned, because you summoned, you know, all the 6 wings. If you see here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wings, right? If you think, oh, 6 wings, 6 items, no. You can technically, you know, pull twice and get, for example, this twice. Or you can pull all 6 and maybe even get the helmet 6 times. You know, it's just horrible luck like that. So keep that in mind when you're pulling for this event. Definitely keep that in mind. It's not that you have the 6 wings, so you're gonna get 6 items. No, I myself have got this twice, got this twice, got this twice, and got this twice, and I'm pretty pissed about it because, as you can see, I want the aura and I want the helmet, and I only have 2 more tries left. So hopefully I get them, but we'll see. So yeah, again, GodGacha, how do you get it? With the tickets. And then the other thing I want to mention is, how do you get these tickets, the pink ones? So you can always click the plus sign, man. You can always click the plus sign. Obviously it tells you events. You don't know what events, but basically I can show it for you guys. There's going to be this thing called the gold pass. Now this gold pass, if you see, the current gold pass is for the God summon ticket, the little pink ones. But after 7 days, we're on the 6th day and 17th hour. After 7 days, this gold pass resets, and then it becomes different tickets. So the tickets that become available just depends on whatever gacha is available. Does that make sense? So for example, let's say it's the drag gacha. Then the tickets on the gold pass, instead of saying God summon, it will say dragon summon tickets. Does that make sense? So yes, if you technically wanted to, like I did, which is stupid and I don't recommend it, say fuck it, I'm gonna just pull it. I want the outfit now and I want to get it now. Keep in mind you need around, for 2,000 summons, you need 100k spinels or 100,000 tickets. 100,000 spinels or 100,000 tickets. Like I said, the tickets are not available for you guys yet until the second time. But if you want then 4,000 summons, which is to get the mount, then you're going to need 160,000 spinels or 160,000 tickets and spinels. Why 160? Because of this. Because of these free pulls. Once you reach level 10, it then resets back to level 1. And then you can start all over again. You see the process: level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So it just resets each time. So yeah, that's the good thing, that it's technically like a rebate system. Now that I explained the GodGacha, let me quickly explain how to properly top up. If you guys can see here, these are the only 3 items that I top up daily. This is every day, with the exception of the 3rd one. Now I know it says $20 there, but remember, if you guys see, it has the cross on it, meaning it's not $20. The 3rd pack is actually $9.99. The 2nd pack is actually $4.99, and the 1st pack is actually $0.99. So $1, $5, and then $10. Do I always buy the $10 pack? No, almost never, to be honest. I only buy it when this is available. Why? Because if you can see, this is currently the only way you can get the 3 times the XP potion. So that's the only time I buy it. Other than that, every day I'm just buying the first 2. And yes, I max out the first 2. So you see it says 4. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 20 bucks wasted there on the 2nd one. And then $4. So $24 I top up daily. Now, let me explain. I did say daily, but I make sure that these 2 events, and even a 3rd one, which is currently not available, but the 3rd one looks just like this one. So this event is basically a rebate system where you spend, if you see in the bottom, it says top up $46 in total to participate. Now, obviously, that's not going to be $46. This resets daily. If you look at the countdown, it says 17 hours and 30 seconds on the top left. This resets daily, and then it goes back to $0.99. So basically, top up $1. Then it's going to say top up $2, then $5, then $10, etc., etc. And then the more you top up, you know, the more you can spin. It says remaining attempts 4. Once it reaches that top up 40 for me, it's really, you know, not worth it, to be honest. Because, in other words, you need to top up $40, which $40 is what? Let's see here. $40 is basically around 2,000 something spinels, just so you can try your luck at a times 2 of 1,200, and you're not gonna get a times 2 on 1,200. You're really not. You'll see that once this event, starts the next day at 0.99, and then you click the top up, you'll see that it starts giving you the times 2.5 and the times 2. But once it starts increasing, companies how they are, it starts going to the 1.2, 1.8, 1.5, but it's almost always in between the 1.5 and the 1.8 is what you're going to be getting. But again, just concentrate on doing the if you're a low spender, if you can afford to spend $24 a day, definitely do that. The other thing which I always recommend to do is actually this one instead, because this one is $4.98 instead of $4.99, so you're saving a penny, but you're getting 100 extra diamonds, spinels. I'm sorry, you're getting 100 extra spinel, and definitely when the gold pass is available, you always want to get the gold pass and secret. You see it says in the top extra grand prize. You click that extra grand prize, and for $9.99, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a total of 5,000 tickets right there, as you see. So that's basically 5,000 spinels. In other words, for $10, you're getting something worth almost $100, because if you go to the top of the page, $100 is 6,480. So you're basically getting something for $10 for 5,000 tickets, which again, tickets are equivalent to spinels, for basically $80. That's a huge bang for your buck. This is where it's at, and this is where you can basically get the most tickets to obviously summon for the for the GodGacha. Where is it at? I always get confused. There it is. For the GodGacha, right? So again, guys, remember, top up daily, maximum 24 bucks if you can't afford it, even 30 bucks a day. Only top up when the rebate systems are available. So like I said, you can wake up one day with 2 or 3, which is the max. The cornucopia, I think it's called, the lucky roulette, and then the other cat roulette that is going to be available. You guys will see it when it comes. If you top up anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks, you can expect to get anywhere from 3,000 spinels and then 12,000 spinels if you're really, really lucky. But yeah, I hope that helps, and spend wisely, guys, and happy hunting.